Hey everyone, welcome back to Urban America Horror. And if you're new here, welcome too. Today we're diving into the story of a mysterious group of children called the Black-Eyed Children, who have soulless black eyes and roam the streets of Texas at night. They lure adults in with their pleas for help, but agreeing to help them will lead to terrible consequences. As always, if you have your own story to share in the next episode, send it to Urban America Horror or email us. You can find the details in the description below. I'd love to feature your story right here. After all, it's stories like yours that keep this channel alive and spooky every day. Now be sure to like and subscribe if you're new, and join us, if you dare, as we dive into the strange and terrifying world of the Black-Eyed Children.
The world is full of stories. Stories told by the warm glow of a campfire, legends passed down in hushed voices. There are stories of warning, stories full of wonder. And then, there are stories that chill you to the bone. Stories that make you question the shadows right before your eyes. Stories of the Black-Eyed Children. These are not your typical ghost stories. They are not ghosts or goblins. They are something far more unsettling. The Black-Eyed Children look human for the most part, but something is deeply wrong with their eyes. Something that speaks of a darkness beyond human comprehension. Who are the Black-Eyed Children? They are said to be children, usually appearing between the ages of 6 and 14, with an unsettlingly mature demeanor. Their skin is often described as pale and sickly, as if drained of life. But their most disturbing feature, the one that sends chills down the spine of anyone who encounters them, is their eyes. Completely black, no white, no pupils, just two black voids staring back at you, eyes that seem to pierce through you, seeing into your very soul. They evoke a primal, instinctive fear, a deep-seated terror that screams at you to run. But the Black-Eyed Children do not threaten or harm physically. Their terror is psychological, a manipulation of your deepest fears and vulnerabilities. They prey on your compassion, often appearing at your doorstep, asking for help, a ride, or to be let inside. Their voices are often described as flat and monotone, devoid of emotion, and their words, though seemingly harmless, carry an unnerving weight, a sense of dread that lingers long after they are gone. The legend of the Black-Eyed Children is a modern one, first emerging in the late 20th century. Unlike ancient folklore passed down through generations, this tale spread like wildfire through the internet, gaining notoriety on online forums and paranormal discussion boards. One of the earliest and most well-known accounts originated in Texas in 1996. A journalist named Brian Bethel described a chilling encounter in a parking lot, where two young boys approached his car, their eyes completely black, and asked for a ride. Bethel, overcome with an overwhelming sense of dread, drove away. Since then, similar encounters have been reported worldwide, each adding fuel to the fire of this unsettling legend. The internet has become a breeding ground for these stories, with each retelling amplifying the fear and mystery surrounding the Black-Eyed Children. Some believe them to be demons in disguise, while others speculate that they are vampires or extraterrestrial beings. Whatever their true nature may be, the Black-Eyed Children have captured the imaginations of many, blurring the lines between folklore and reality. The Black-Eyed Children are shrouded in mystery, their origins and motives unknown, but their unsettling characteristics and the strange consistency in witness accounts paint a disturbing picture. They are often described as wearing outdated clothing, adding to their eerie appearance. Witnesses consistently report feelings of dread and unease in their presence. It's as if they radiate a negative aura, a tangible darkness that sends shivers down your spine. Their voices, often described as monotone and emotionless, seem to drain the warmth and life from their surroundings. But it is their eyes that are their most terrifying feature. Those two black pits, devoid of light and life, seem to stare right through you. They are windows to an abyss, reflecting a darkness that chills you to your core. Their gaze is said to be hypnotic, capable of instilling paralyzing fear in even the bravest of souls. It is a fear that transcends logic and reason, a primal instinct that screams at you to flee. But where do you run from something that seems to exist outside the natural world? Part 5. A Knock at Midnight. Imagine, if you will, a dark and stormy night. The wind howls outside, rattling the windows of your secluded cabin in the woods. You are alone, the fire crackling softly in the fireplace, casting dancing shadows across the room. Suddenly, a sharp knock on the door cuts through the silence. You cautiously approach, a knot of unease forming in your stomach. Who could be out on a night like this? You peer through the peephole and your blood runs cold. Two children stand on your porch, their faces barely visible in the dim light. One is a young boy, no older than 10, with dark hair plastered to his forehead. The other is a girl, slightly older, her pale face framed by long, stringy black hair. You hesitate, a sense of dread washing over you. There's something about them that feels wrong, unsettling. Then the boy looks up and your breath catches in your throat. His eyes, wide and staring, are completely black. Part 6. The Uninvited Guest. Frozen in place, you can only watch as the boy speaks, his voice eerily calm and monotone. "Excuse me, sir," the boy says, "but our car broke down. Can we come inside?" Your mind races, torn between common courtesy and the overwhelming sense of dread gripping you. You glance at the girl, but her face is obscured by the shadows. You try to speak, but it's as if your throat is filled with cotton. "Please, sir," the boy pleads, his pitch-black eyes boring into you. "We just need to use the phone!" You feel a surge of panic rising within you. You know you shouldn't let them in, yet their words have a hypnotic effect. Your hand trembles as you reach for the doorknob, your mind screaming at you to resist. The moment the latch releases, a blast of cold wind slams the door open, throwing you back against the wall. The children are gone. You scramble to your feet, your heart pounding in your chest. Looking out into the night, you see nothing but the raging storm. You lock the door, your hands still shaking. You try to convince yourself it was your imagination, a trick of the wind and shadows. But deep down, you know what you saw. Those eyes, those terrifying black eyes, are seared into your memory. The encounter leaves you shaken, unable to shake the feeling that something is deeply wrong. You find yourself constantly looking over your shoulder, every creak of the floorboard sending chills down your spine. Sleep offers no escape. Plagued by nightmares of those black eyes staring at you from the darkness. You become withdrawn, isolating yourself from friends and family. You try to explain what happened, but the words sound hollow and unconvincing, even to your own ears. The experience has changed you, leaving you with a lingering fear and the chilling realization that some doors are best left unopened. It seems the black-eyed children don't need to cross the threshold to leave their mark. Simply acknowledging their presence, engaging with them, can have lasting and devastating consequences. While many dismiss the black-eyed children as mere creepypasta or urban legend, the sheer volume of reported encounters and the uncanny similarities in witness testimonies suggest something far more unsettling. People from all walks of life, with no prior knowledge of the legend, report similar experiences, adding a chilling layer of credibility to this modern-day myth. Some researchers speculate that these encounters could be attributed to sleep paralysis, a phenomenon where individuals are aware of their surroundings but unable to move or speak. Others suggest that the black-eyed children could be manifestations of collective anxiety or cultural fears. But for those who have encountered these entities, the experience is all too real. They speak of a terror unlike anything they've ever felt, a primal fear that lingers long after the encounter. Whether a product of our collective imagination or something far more sinister, the black-eyed children continue to haunt our subconscious, a chilling reminder of the darkness lurking just beyond our perception. The black-eyed children remain an enigma, a chilling mystery that continues to fascinate and terrify. Are they demons, vampires, extraterrestrials, or something else entirely? Perhaps we will never know for sure, but their impact on our collective psyche is undeniable. They represent our deepest fears, our vulnerability to the unknown. They are a stark reminder that there are things in this world that defy explanation, that logic and reason have their limits. The next time you hear a knock on the door on a dark and stormy night, think of the black-eyed children. Think carefully before you open it. You never know what might be waiting on the other side, and sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves.
Thank you for watching today's horror story. If you have a horror, mystery, or haunting story you'd like to share, send it to us at Urban America Horror or email us below the description. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode when we upload it. We'll always be here, waiting for your next horror story.